Today we are assessing the dog and people reactive Australian Shepherd, Milo, and breaking down his body language. It should be noted he is comfortable with me. He was laying down, relaxing right before Jax got out of the car. So let's start breaking it down. Right off the bat, he's stiff, he's opening and closing his mouth, but he's not actually reacting. This is the lead up to a reaction where he's still under threshold, and right here he is still able to think. The opening and closing of his mouth is kind of a preparation for a reaction where he's thinking about reacting, but he's not there yet. We'll speed it up while he's still under threshold until he starts to react. He goes from fixated to doing a little spin around to give his energy something to do, and when that doesn't work to get his energy out, he goes for a reaction. Even with the blur, you can see his weight kind of shift to his back feet, where it's not an even weight distribution. He's leaning more heavily towards his back feet. Right here, it's kind of even on all four of his feet, and then he's going to drop back into that play bow stance. In this case, that appears to be a calming signal to tell the other dog, hey, I don't actually want to fight you. I'd like to come out of this peacefully. The other calming signal you can see is those lip licks he keeps doing. And I just kind of want to see what he thinks. Yep, and we'll just give them some movement so we can walk kind of parallel. So the thing I'm seeing with Jax is Jax knows when he's in danger. He's been around enough dogs that he knows are going to hurt him, that if he was super concerned, he'd be paying a lot more attention than he is right now. He's paying zero attention to Milo. Yep. Let's see. The wind's going that way, so by having Milo walk a little bit behind, he's actually getting a little bit of Jax's scent while he walks, which is also beautiful. Awesome. So, while we walk, let's talk about what arousal is in general. So what he is right now is he's highly aroused. Whether that's for another dog or a ball, it is a chemical change in their brain. It is a surge of adrenaline, norepinephrine, and dopamine. So when he reacts to a dog, it's not his choice. It's his brain goes, that's what's supposed to happen. So, just like humans, when we've got humans who are anxious, who are PTSD, who have even schizophrenia, that need, hey, me too, that there's a change in your brain that you can actually work on.
He's settling down too.
He's starting to.
I mean, he's not yanking my arm out of the socket.
So she's right. One of the first signs that he's starting to calm down is he's not actively pulling anymore. This one right here, where he's sniffing the air, he's air scenting, is another one. One of the signs that he's still unsure of himself is that his paws are still kind of stuck to the ground. You'll see as he moves with his owner, they kind of speed up a little bit, and he loosens his feet a little bit while he moves. So here, even though Milo is laying down, he is not relaxed. You notice he is not looking at Jax at all. You can also see him offering more calming signals of lip licking and yawning. We'll speed it up to when Jax starts moving, but you can see Milo is still not making eye contact with Jax. The second Jax moves, Milo goes, oh, I'm paying attention now. And I didn't catch it, but when we turn back around is when Milo goes, oh, I gotta stand up again. I've gotta protect Mom. You notice everywhere we move, he's in between us and Mom. Keeping an eye on where the threat is. He's licking his lips, going, hey, I'm uncomfortable. And then he keeps adjusting to be in front of Mom. Here he also appears to clock the food I'm giving Jax and starts going, ooh, that smells pretty good. You can see him sniffing the air a little bit. First off, this is how I like dogs to approach, from the side as opposed to going face to face right off the bat. When Jax does this, you can see Milo get tense, his ears go back, and he starts licking his lips. He's saying, I'm not a fan of this interaction right now, so I give them a little second to process, because Milo's still doing pretty good. He hasn't intensified, he hasn't given a correction, and then I call Jax back. Milo relaxes. You can see his ears perk up and he starts to get a little curious. You can see Milo's head's been up, but the second Jax turn around, his head goes back down. His mouth closes and his head tilts away from Jax, gives a little lip lick, so I call Jax back. And Milo gets curious again, but continues to lick his lips. Fast forward a minute, and he's comfortable rolling on his side while Jax is a little away from him and asking for pets from Mom. Look how he looks straight at her and goes, hey, with his little paw, and goes, gimme, gimme, with that nice open chest. If he's not making eye contact with you or doesn't want pets after you stop petting his belly, then sometimes it's a tap out and not an ask for belly rubs, but this is a pretty clear ask for belly rubs. Another approach, Milo kind of turns his head again, but he keeps his mouth open until Jax is close. Then you can see a little lip lick right there. He's a little stiff, but he's moving his head around a little bit more than he was before, and I don't actually call Jax back, he just leaves. Milo gives a couple more lip licks, but immediately relaxes when Jax leaves. We start moving together again, and Milo's got his ears back a little bit, but he's walking pretty loosely. He's not super tight unless he's looking back at Mom, because, then he's looking backwards and trying to walk forwards. But he's doing pretty good. He's pretty comfortable with Jax, and what you'll see here in a second is what I really like to see. First of all, he's not concerned when Jax walks behind him a little bit, but the more important part is when we get up here in a second, you're going to see Jax shake off, and then Milo copies him. The shake off is a mind and body reset, kind of like a human sigh. You can go, wow, I feel really good today, or you can go, oh, that was a long Monday. And either way, it gives you that little bit of a reset. So him mirroring Jax like that was actually a really good sign. Here's another one. Jax comes up from behind and sniffs Milo, and Milo doesn't care. Beautiful.
Is this pretty good?
Beautiful. He's not moving ahead of your leg. You've got the leash position lovely. Perfect. Into that sit when you stop. So that's one of the important things is I want him to sit when you stop.
Okay. That's without me saying it, or can I tell him?
At the beginning, you'll tell him, but the goal is that you've said it so many times that he does it automatically before you say it. Once you do that, then you can just drop the word and expect it from him. But the two most important things in a heel are going to be turning and changing pace. So, Jax, heel. Making turns towards him, making turns away from him, all the while I'm not saying anything. If he does get a little bit ahead of me, I can go boop and pop the leash a little bit and say, hey, come on, let's go. And then changing pace. So I can speed up and slow down, and he matches my pace. Ah. Yes. And I will send this to you, that way you've got it. Break. Good, thank you. Good. Nice.